So, who is ready to get clarity over their purpose and their career? Show of hands. I saw the people who had videos. I saw your hand go up. So wonderful. So, I'm Shara Ogan. I'm an intuitive coach, a coach, and a psychic. And I help women to gain clarity around what they're supposed to be doing and to help them to find more personal fulfillment in their careers and in their lives. Yeah, for most of my life, I worked the typical 9 to 5 job. I, came home, I went to the gym, I made dinner, and I felt such a deep emptiness inside. And I knew there had to be something more that I had to discover and find. And for a lot of the time, my head was spinning, trying to figure out what I was supposed to be doing, trying to find the right job or the right activity or the right person who is going to help me to bring the sense of fulfillment and personal satisfaction I so longed for. Can any of you relate to that? Okay, so this is what started me on this 25-year self-exploration journey, which eventually led me to a 4-year clairvoyant training, and then to where I am now, doing what I love, helping people, awesome people like you, to clear those invisible blocks that stand in the way of them having the career, the loving relationship, and the deep personal fulfillment they so deserve. So thank you for joining me here today. It really lights me up to be leading these circles. So just a little outline of the flow for today. We're going to start with a guided meditation, energy healing. And I'm going to set the intention to direct it towards not only the people on this call right here today, but the people who will be listening to it later. And we're going to specifically focus on the energy blocks around career, life purpose, and anything that's blocking your clarity. And then after that, we're going to open it up to one-on-one healings where I'll take a few specific questions from you. And then we'll end with a closing where sit in a comfortable seat with some low back support and connect to your breath. And I want you to imagine white healing light coming into the crown of your head, coming in and filling all the cells of your body. It splits at your throat. It goes out through your arms and out through your fingers. And it goes down your torso, pelvis, thighs, legs, and into the earth. And this is the cleansing white light. Just welcome it into your body. And just for this intimate hour we have together, I invite you to let all other worries, just leave them outside for right now. And let's form a bit of a container. So you can imagine as if we were in a live circle, sitting next to your sisters, people who care about you. And that's where we're going to start. We're going to start with feeling that hole of isolation that's going on right now. And I have some news for you that this isolation that many of you are feeling isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's more of a reassessment or a readjustment of all the parts of you, who you are in the inside. And even though we could talk to our friends, we could talk on the phone about what's going on, this is a time where nobody can really help you as well as you could help yourself. Like if you're in a partner relationship or your parents, people who maybe in the past relied to give us the support and the guidance. This is a time right now where the universe is really shining a flashlight on you getting the information that you need to go forward. And perhaps a mentor could help you with this. But ultimately, this is maybe the first time you've experienced this kind of like a centrifuge, like a washing machine. It's kind of like a centrifuge. It circles and it kind of pushes out or away from your field whatever is not resonating anymore, whatever is no longer a vibrational match. So I'm expanding your aura right now around you. So just imagine like white light around your body. And give yourself permission to be okay with, if you resonated with the idea of aloneness in whatever way you may be experiencing that, like you could be around other people or living with people or with family, but inherently the aloneness is what I'm talking about in the heart. And just give yourself permission to be here, because this is where you are right now, and it's okay. It's okay. Yeah. And I'm also going to just give you a big ethereal hug. That's what it looks like we are all needing right now more than anything, is to be held. And to know that it's okay. Like whatever chaos or confusion you're going through in your mind, whatever way you feel like you're a bad person or you've been a bad person, but the residue of that's still present, it's okay, because we're here to do a course correction and to heal those things. Take a few breaths, breathing in acceptance, releasing any energy that's not in alignment or acceptance. Allow your muscles to drop in deeper, to sink a little heavier into the couch or chair, and deeper into that space of inner peace. Because on my personal journey of what I would call shallowness to a place of depth and deep understanding, it all has to begin with yourself, a deep understanding of the soul, and a deep acceptance. We all have parts of ourselves that we dislike, so it's bringing even those parts in on this healing journey, welcoming them, loving them, and giving them permission to be there. And you're all doing a beautiful job at dropping the energy from your head down into your heart. This is beautiful. Beautiful job, beautiful work. I'm literally just reflecting back what I'm feeling from you, that it's you that's doing the work. I'm just the guide. And now I want you to think about dropping the energy even lower. Imagine that at the very base of your spine, there's a cord or a pole that comes all the way down to the earth. We'll call this a grounding cord. And I see most of you just imagined it, but it's very, very narrow. So let's go ahead and widen this grounding cord. Just imagine it. I know some people have more difficult time with imagination, and whatever you see is okay. Let's refrain from second guessing ourselves here. So sort of like a tree trunk underneath you. This is your stability center. Just keep seeing this tree trunk beneath your spine supporting you. And I'm actually going to clean off the soles of your feet as well to connect you into the earth. There's been some busy minds going on lately, some real mental activation, and it's okay. But let that energy drop down. Let that activity go down the grounding cord. The monkey mind thoughts, let them drop down. And what I'm seeing now is blue. Blue like an ocean. So the information I'm getting to channel to you is to take in a blue ocean in front of you. Because this is what's going to, first of all, bring in the energy of tranquility, but also help you to widen out of your narrow perspective that you're in. Because an ocean is so vast and wide. So take in the energy of the ocean. One of the very things that may be standing in the way of you having what you want or causing confusion for you right now is narrow vision. Focusing too much on the pinhole of one little thing. You know, is this the right job? Is this the right partner? Whatever your thing is, you're kind of like, sometimes they say you kind of have to look away. Like if you're editing a book, you have to actually look away, or editing your website or anything. You have to take a break and then come back and see it with a new lens. So this is what I'm going to invite you all to do today. Whatever your thing or your issue is, just leave it. And then at the very end of this session today, you could come back with a new perspective, a widened focus, a widened lens. Take a few deep breaths and let that breath really fill you up. Not just a chest breath, not just a belly breath, but fill you up. If you have shame or contraction or are hiding a part of yourself, like maybe you ate the chocolate cake and you knew you shouldn't have, or maybe you're ashamed of where you are career-wise in life, whatever that is, there's going to be a lack of breath in that area. So I like to look at both the physiology of what's going on as well as the mind and spirit. So from a body perspective, see if there's any holding going on. And if so, simply allow the breath to come to this area. We don't need to figure out why right now for this meditation. Just bring your breath to this place of contraction, or possibly this place of hiding. And the last element of this healing today stems from the heart, stems from the place of love. You could optionally put your hands onto your heart, or you could just leave them rested, whichever calls to you most. Soften as you connect into your heart. And I want you to direct the energy from your heart to this place in your body where you might experience just a little bit of contraction. Relax your arms. And from this place in your heart, we've been directing the heart energy inside, which is super important. But now I want you to start to think about directing the heart space outward, like boomerang it out from your heart, beam it out. And beam it out to these people on this call who you probably never met. And since your eyes are shut, you may have no idea who's actually on this call, but that's okay, because this is the realm of feeling, the etheric body. So just feel there's a presence from others here, and go ahead and send your love out to them. And there's this also kind of like really beautiful energy that you have, which is, I'll call it empathy, or like, I get what you're going through. You just already feel or have compassion from the journey other people are on. That's beautiful. You're already a group that's one step ahead. And that's why I call these circles synchronicity circles, because what's an issue for one person is most likely very much a match to what's going on within you. And if you're listening to this video, the same goes, the same applies. You didn't just happen upon here for an accident. And then when you're ready, you could open your eyes and come back and look at the beautiful people here on this call. Beautiful. You're all beautiful to me. So next, we're going to drop into some one-on-one healings. So as an intuitive coach, a clairvoyant, I have a screen out in front of me. I ask my higher self for a picture or information to your question, and I see it in a picture, and then I'll interpret it for you. You guys ready to dive in? I know everyone's like, what the heck is gonna happen here? Well, let me just support you a little bit more. So everything I say, I set the intention to positive intention. Like if I see something that looks, a block, we'll just clear it on the spot. And sometimes I do healing at the very end. And just by you being vulnerable and sharing in the way you are, you're actually helping not just yourself, but you're helping everybody else who is witness to this. everybody else is here for somewhat similar reasons. So I really give you a lot of appreciation for allowing yourself to be seen and witnessed and shed whatever this heavy thing is, whatever it is. Okay, well, so the way this is going to work is I'm going to shut my eyes because the information I get from here, and then I will ask for permission from you. And then after I have permission, then I'll start the reading. Then I'll ask for your question, then I'll do the reading. Okay, so can I see a show of hands of who we're probably just going to get to about 3 people, possibly 4 today. So show of hands, who would like a reading? Okay, great. Well, I saw Stephanie. Okay, well, Stephanie's the first one, and I see everybody else who just raised their hand. So thank you. Well, we're just going to start with Stephanie, and then I'll just see where the energy goes next, whose question feels most resonant for everybody. Okay, so Stephanie, you could go ahead and unmute yourself and just give me a moment to set up, and then I'll kind of guide you through the steps. Okay.
Okay. Sounds cool.
Okay. Cool. Thank you.
This is exciting.
Yeah. Something new, something unusual than the typical, day. He's got to shake it up these days. Okay, hold on. So let me just set the stage for everybody. Let's just set the intention for love, gentle kindness, healing for all, next steps. Like I just see our life path opening one step closer to that, and joy. All right, so if I have permission to read your energy, please say I accept this healing.
I accept this healing.
Okay, so what can I help you with today? Information, guidance, and healing.
Okay, great. Well, I'm interested in going back to an old kind of, it's still in the realm of what I'm doing, but I'm interested in going back to doing more international news writing. And I'm also interested in starting a new career that I haven't done before, but people have asked me to do. So I guess I want to know if there's a way for me to do both of those and venture out on my own instead of working directly for a corporate company every single day.
What are you doing?
And I'm a producer.
Oh my God, we're all like, that sounds cool.
Okay. No, honestly, it's been fantastic. And I've done so many things. But I was doing international news as a reporter, and I miss that. And I miss traveling the world and telling all these really important stories. I want to do that again. I just don't want to be tied to one specific 9-to-5 job. I don't know if that makes sense.
So the international travel looks like that needs to wait a little bit. The block I see is actually in your right foot, and right foot represents walking your path forward. So, because your right foot, I kind of see backwards, and it's got sticky glue on it, and it's sticking to the ground. So it's like this heavy weight. I want to go forward, but it's just not letting me go. So it looks like the word is frustration. I've been studying astrology, and I have a feeling about what your astrological chart looks like around this. And it's not necessarily you're not good enough or anything. So it's not that. It's more just the world is not ready for whatever that is. And this could just be a few weeks, a few months. So I'm just talking right now, after you get on this call, that's the way the energy looks. Your vision looks very good. Your 6th chakra looks great. When you mentioned the job that you're in right now, that you're kind of ready to leave, there is sort of this weight on your back of your shoulders. And it looks like there's something there that still needs to be healed right then. It's carrying a heavier load than you want to be, or you like responsibility, but it's almost it looks like the being nice and polite is really cute on you. It looks really good. It's almost that's preventing you from it's almost like kissing up to somebody else. It's preventing you from actually being I just want to radiate my own personal light. So it's something there that needs to be dissected and healed, if that makes sense. There's some part of yourself that's being compromised right now around that dynamic. So
yes. Yeah. I feel like I have to kind of trade in my soul for some of the people that I work with, just for peace, because I don't want to argue and I don't want to fight. And I just rather say yes, even if I think it's ridiculous.
It almost looks like you just need some time in between and space to heal. This is what I call karmic patterns. When you just leave that job, you'll be like lost with like, who am I? Like, how do I get my sense of approval if I'm not pleasing someone else and someone else doesn't need me? And so it's sort of like starting from that spot and like reinvigorating your self-worth and your self-confidence. And I think that is the gap that's going to help you to get to those other areas. Does that make sense?
It does, actually. That's something I
Cool.
work with my therapist. She gives me self-worth affirmations.
Okay. Affirmations are good, but they're not enough. Okay. I have a YouTube video, belief change meditation. Actually, maybe Maddie, you could put that one in the chat. And yeah, let me just do a little healing. Enough talk. Let me just bring in some more self-worth into you. And I'm going to do this for everybody. Shut your eyes and receive. You are a valuable member of this planet. We need you. We don't need you sacrificing yourself or doing things just to be liked. That worked for you when you were younger. That's how you maybe had a lot of friends when you were younger. But this is compromising your fifth chakra, your throat. I'm gonna just give some light to your throat, and this is.
Oh my gosh! You know what? Sorry to interrupt you, but actually, I now have a nodule on my throat. So that's interesting you said that.
So the nodule is because your true communication, you may be saying what you need to say to do your role, but your true communication is like a contraction, like pulling in. And so when it's a counterforce between the energy that wants to push out, which is whatever your spoken word is, but you can't say it. It just does, it's not your place to say it, which may be the truth, but it feels that tension is what's causing the nodule. It looks like some heat on your neck is throat would help, but also there's this like tightness here, tightness that even a massage can help, but it's deeper than that because
I see an acupuncturist for that. That's so wow.
Well, okay. So acupuncture is great. Love acupuncture, but this is something that's a habitual pattern. So acupuncture is going to be unable to actually shift that. Being so appropriate with what you say to the people you work with, that is kind of like holding here in the back of your neck and the pressure to be a particular way that affects everything in your body, like particularly your breathing, your gut, and your neck. Okay. The solution to freeing that is to find your internal freedom, to find your sense of self-worth. And I'm just actually seeing, I was like, how am I going to end that sentence? But I really saw that the end of that sentence is love, because love is what has the ability to rise up and power through that neck clog and out. You are so much emanating love out. Like I could actually feel love from you emanating out. It's rather than putting so much of the focus on other people, it's a little bit on yourself. But this, I'm also getting, this might be a little uncomfortable for you because your focus is really in that external world. This is why you might just need to do a little bit of a time out to just really put that lens of focus on you and know that it's okay to do that. So anyways, I'm going to complete with that with you and give you a big, big hug. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Great. So you could go ahead and mute yourself and let's all just give a little love and appreciation for her going first and being so vulnerable. Oh, you are loved. And who would like to go next for your question? Please say, I accept this healing.
I accept this healing.
Okay. How could I help you today, Rudy?
Ever since COVID has started, I've been like so many people, I've been working at home. And work has just become a different thing in my life now, a different force. It was something that really, even though I've always spent a lot of time working and going to the office and stuff like that, it's never seemed like this overpowering force that it does like now. I mean, it just kind of, it seems like the source of a lot of unhappiness in my life, a lot of unsureness that seems to trace, it just all seems to trace back to my job. And Just, you know.
I got you, Rudy. Thank you so much for asking the question. That is the question in the field. This is the collective thing that is going on. The life that we are doing is no longer satisfactory. And the reason why these like extra hours and everything's happening is because for you, like for many people, it needs to be uncomfortable enough for you to actually do something to take action. If it was like, okay, maybe it wasn't longer hours or anything just less than what you said, then you would probably maybe keep doing it. So what's going on for you, what's going on, and by you, I'm speaking to so many people right now on this call, is you're having to re-look at all the parts of yourself. You're having to reassess your values, like why you chose that job in the first place. And it seemed really logical and right and perfect, actually, at the time you did. Maybe you made, a fair amount of income. And so this is like, it's like all the arrows are like pointing in at like, this is time to like reset. One thing I want to tell you is you're among friends, not just the people on this call, but the collective right now is going through a slight discomfort on the life that they are living right now. So I want you could shut your eyes with me, Rudy, and anybody else who resonates with this, let's all shut our eyes and just create a line from where you are right now, like a line through your body. And this is where I am. The first step on creating change in your life is to get into full acceptance of where you are. And this is not the bitching kind of acceptance. This is literally like if your life never changed, and I mean this, your life actually may never change. You may always be single. I'm not talking to you, Rudy. I'm talking to the others. You may always be in this job that doesn't suit you. So just come into full acceptance. This is where you are. Like accept it. And then from there, I want you to take your eyes to the right. And I want you to look at a future version of you 1 year from now. What's different in that picture? Some of you may have difficulty envisioning it at all, and that's the first step. Just see, what does it look like and what does it feel like in that vision? For everybody, what I see is more freedom, a space of more internal freedom. And what it looks like is a lot of shedding, like letting go and shedding. Letting go of certain voices in your mind that are limiting beliefs. And the voices that are telling you that you can't do that. Literally just letting go. All the houses that have burned down have brought into the collective field release, the energy of releasing and letting go. And then when you step out of that, there's possibility of you being in a new vibration. I see this happening for many of you like towards the end of this year. So just for right now, create a vision of what this new vibration is. And then put your hand on your heart. Connect into your heart just for a moment. And I truly believe that you have the answers from within inside yourself. So ask yourself, what is one first step you could take in that direction? And Rudy, I'm curious, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
Honestly, quit my job.
Okay. Do you get a yes in your heart around that?
Yeah, I do. In certain respects, I do. I say more yes than no.
Okay, great. And so then what is the next step around that? Like, what is another step?
I don't know. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I know that sounds stupid, but I really don't know. There's just so much of my time is in it. And, once I'm out of that, I probably have to step back, maybe take some time to focus on myself, physical well-being, mental well-being, eating, just basic health, getting that under control and getting that back on a regular schedule and a regular, getting back on a regular regimen in that way. Taking some time to do that would probably be my next step immediately after quitting my job.
Okay. I got a full yes to everything there. Do you have everything you just said? Do you have any last follow-up questions for me around that?
I don't.
Okay. With that, we are complete. And I thank you for your time, and I thank you for being vulnerable. Thank you, Rudy.
Thank you.
So we have time for one more reading. Raise your hand if you would like to.
Okay, go ahead.
So let me just clear the last readings. All right. If I have permission to look at your energy and provide healing, please say I accept this healing.
I accept this healing.
Great. How can I help you today?
It's about career. I started a business in 2018, and I've been working really hard, but it just, for some reason, hasn't taken off. And for some reason, I get the feeling, or what the frustration for me is that I'm not being seen. Like, people aren't taking me seriously. I'm getting clients, but they're not paying clients.
What job is this?
I'm an interior designer.
Oh. Okay. Well, let's look at what the blocks are right there. Well, first of all, you did call out your main block, so that's good. You seeing your thing, which is you not being seen. So for that, we have to go all the way back to the root of where you were not seen by your family. I don't know if the situation was your parents were very busy, but they were preoccupied. I don't know if you had a lot of siblings. I'm not sure the exact situation, but it just looks like you learned how to self-soothe. I see a picture of you like putting blocks, and you're just a few years old, making blocks. You just look like you really needed to like deal with your own emotions. Like, basically, this is an unwritten rule from your your family system, is that whatever you're going through, you need to just like tough it out and handle it on your own. It's tough love, and I'm sure it didn't come out that way, but it felt like that in the subconscious. And so all your emotions, like anytime you wanted to lash out and be like, Mama, give me a hug, Mama, love me, Mama, see me, you never did that. Instead, you trapped that inside of yourself. And instead, you felt almost guilty when you asked for time and attention. Right now, I'm actually just really giving you a lot of love, because I could really actually relate to this journey you've been on. I'm sure so many people here right now can relate to the journey. So as I give you love in this place, I'm giving it to everybody. I want you to do the belief change meditation that's listed here after this, and work on the limiting belief, which is, well, you have several. I'm unlovable, I'm unworthy, and I'm unable to be seen. So it's almost like you feel like you should be in the backdrop. And so I'm actually really proud of you for turning on the camera and doing this right now, because I'm sure this was a push for you and uncomfortable for you to actually do something like this, which is like being in the limelight. That's uncomfortable for you. And in some ways, this could work with interior design, because you want to be in the backdrop, but you want other people to shine and radiate, and you so care. So whatever job you're doing, it's like deep care for other people. So somehow those puzzle pieces need to fit together. But what you want to show, and I'm going to put like highlight emphasis on this, is how your work radiates for that person. This may be like subtlety in the way you're showing up, but the person needs to have that feeling of you're going to help them to radiate. I'm going to make your house awesome, or whatever you're doing interior design on. So I'm just going to do a little bit of healing on your childhood. And everybody do this with me. Let's just find that little child that was playing with the blocks, self-soothing, all alone, and felt like everybody find their own picture like that. And find that place where you really wanted something, you really wanted attention and love, but you couldn't have it. And in this moment, you decided you were not worthy of it. You should like stay out of the way, because you're more trouble than if you ask for attention. The limiting belief being like, I'm not worth it. And I want you all to find your little one, whatever age she is, and hold this little one. Like, literally envision yourself holding yourself. Just hold her and love her. And tell her that it's okay, because this was the situation you were in. And any child in that situation would have felt and responded this way. So you were doing the best you knew how with the resources that were available to you. Let her know it's okay that she had that experience of not wanting to be seen, of hiding, shame, embarrassment for who she was. Just love her. And now I want you to tell her a truth. I'm speaking to everybody here. What's the truth that she needs to hear? If you want, everybody could unmute yourself. And I'll just take a few people. What is the truth the little one needs to hear?
Proud of you.
Beautiful. Anybody else?
That you're loved.
Yes, exactly. You are loved. So many of us, this was a generational thing. So I literally mean you were the generation that didn't get the love the way you needed it. I'm almost about to cry, but this is the truth. Our generation, like you as a parent, or when you will be a parent, you will know how to love your child because you have the emotional connection to people that the generation prior to us did not have. And hence now we're healing this wound of where we weren't loved or seen in the way we needed to be. So just give the little one last hug, one last moment of acceptance. And then I'd like you to invite the little one into your body, wherever she wants to go, into your heart, to your soul. And just make a commitment to love her and take care of her. This is a key ingredient in becoming aligned. And when you're aligned on the inside, so you don't have to have shame, you don't have to be like, here, hire me for this job, but inside I believe I'm unworthy and need to hide. It's a full alignment. Yes, there's a part of me that sometimes feels like I need to hide and I'm not good enough. And I'm a fucking awesome interior designer. That's what integration looks and feels like. Just take a moment to allow your body and everybody in your mind to integrate. Feel the alignment from the top of your head all the way through your tailbone, everybody on this call. And in a moment, I'm going to have you open your eyes, but not quite yet. When you do, you're going to notice a few shifts that have happened in your body. First of all, you might notice your breath is more free. You might notice that your spine has straightened a little bit, like your head's more on top of the pelvis. And as you go ahead and open your eyes, you could open your eyes. Notice if your peripheral vision has widened just a little bit. Just notice these subtle shifts within inside yourself. This is the power of this healing work. And this healing work will continue through the night tonight. So whenever you come to these circles or whoever works with me, you will have more vivid dreams for most people, more synchronicities. And I want to give you all a big congratulations for just being here today. Even if I was unable to get to your question today, you did the healing because I could feel the shift. And just take one moment to connect into the field, the energy of the space. And you could feel the support that the other people on this call, other people listening to this video, are having a shared experience in some way, shape, or form with you. And this is the energy where I started off talking about how we're all isolated. This is the solution to feel connection with other people. It's in the ethereal field when you just allow it to come in and be present with you. And I'm going to leave you with this, that all the answers you actually need, I really do believe, are deep inside yourself. And sometimes all it takes is a teacher or guide to help you to get there. And with that, I will say goodbye with my love, sending you off. Oh, Vania, happy tears, soulful, thank you. Oh, everybody wrote, I'm reading everybody's awesome thank you and hugs and hearts. So thank you for doing the work.